Joining me to discuss the World Heritage List from Beijing is Han Hua. She's co-founder of the Beijing Club for International Dialogue. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Well, China now has 59 World Heritage sites, making it one of the countries with the largest number on that list. How important has it been for China to honor and preserve its heritage?
Well, I'm so honored to talk about this topic because it is so important, and the Chinese people are so proud of this news. And the day of the announcement, I woke up and find that my WeChat moments, WeChat is like a combination of Instagram and Twitter in China. So my WeChat moments are occupied by this great news about Beijing Central Access is recognized as the World Cultural Heritage. But to my amazement is that I've been living in Beijing for over 20 years. I'm from Shanghai. It's understandable that Shanghai does not have, a lot of world heritage because Shanghai is a modern city. But for China, it is like a natural that I didn't realize that the Central Access is not recognized by the World Heritage List. But I gradually understand that it is not only because of the cultural heritage, the cultural relics, but also it is a recognition of how Chinese people, especially Beijing people, the local communities, are preserving the world heritage, the cultural relics in a modern way, and preserving them and restoring its vitality in the new way, especially in the new era. For the past several years, I recognize that. I acknowledge that, or I understood that the local people are putting a lot of efforts in preserving the cultural relics and making it still a living and vivid place for not only the foreign tourists to come to visit, but for the local people to enjoy the life with a combination of the culture and history in the past, and also about modern living in the nowadays.
And
so I think this is...
Ms. Han, for those of people around the world who have not been to China or been to Beijing, can you tell us a little bit more about the Beijing Central Axis, what it is and what makes it special? Explain what it is.
Okay, it stretches about 7 kilometers from in the central part of Beijing, and then starting from the north, it is like the War Gate, and it is the Drum Tower and the Bell Tower in the middle, and all the way through the central places for the Chinese leaders to stay, and for the many meetings to have, like the Great Hall of People, the Tiananmen Square, and also the Forbidden City, the Palace Museum, all the way south to the Yongding Gate, which is the old war gate of the ancient Beijing, all the way traced back to the 13th century. So it comprises many cultural relics, including the shopping places in the ancient times from the Ming and Qing dynasty. It also has the sacrifice and the imperial prayer place for the emperors and the empress to pay tribute to the god, which is called the Palace of Heaven. And it also comprises the modern museums like the national museums. And it also has the modern renovation of the old places by the world architects.
So
it is such a, very colorful and very vivid. So I'm so proud of that.
Very iconic, well-known trademarks in Beijing. Miss Han Hua, thank you so much for joining us from Beijing. I'm so sorry we're out of time.
Thank you. Sure.